Make it way to me, baby, so I can love you, babe, so you can love me, baby. Oh, don't stop, get it, don't stop, don't stop. Your love, I like the way you put it down.
Catch On the Sofa with Esther each and every Sunday between 8 and 10 p.m. GMT, where she'll be interviewing the finest artists from the past and present, garnished with quality music. So that's On the Sofa with Esther each and every Sunday between 8 and 10 p.m. GMT, right here on LN Soul Radio, where Neo Soul, R&B and Chat lives.
Sing, 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 sing. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sitting in this place with a smile on my face, knowing you are in my spirit makes my world dance. Where would I be without you? I can't even.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I love this StreamYard. You can do so many incredible things with it. But the most important thing this evening is my guest, Castella. Welcome to On the Sofa, Castella.
Hello.
Hello. For some reason, I've been feeling quite very excited to have you on the show because I discovered you through a wonderful lady called Shauna on Facebook. She's just got access to all these incredible people. Thank you, Shauna.
Yeah, that's my girl.
That's my girl. She's my girl now. Sorry, I'm taking that credit.
Yeah, I had a chance to meet her a couple of weeks ago in person. So a lot of this is virtual stuff, but I actually got to physically see her and hug her and see her and have a, sit down and eat and talk. And we just had a great time. So she's a sweetie pie.
She is indeed. Yeah. She is. And she put a few artists because on the last Sunday of the month, my remit is to interview upcoming and independent artists. Mm-hmm. And then the rest of the time I say legends and pioneers, but we're all legends and pioneers, but it's just that distinction. And you were one of the people I thought, oh, let me just check this lady out. And I just loved your vibes and I loved your voice. And I found I was doing this. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I like this. I'm like, oh.
Thank you.
And even on your site, the energy that you give out and your words of wisdom, and especially about the journey, it's almost like I gotta talk to this girl. So thank you so much, Castella. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Real pleasure. And I'd like to ask my guest, Castella, in a nutshell, in a peanut shell, or a crab shell, who is Castella?
Oh my gosh, who am I? I think I'm transforming every day. It's like, who am I? Sometimes I'm like, who are you? But I'm just, just your regular girl. I'm just, your singer, songwriter. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a boss. Sometimes I'm a boss. I'm just everything. I'm some of everything. I'm just your regular, ordinary girl that, I've had this thing that I've done called singing my entire life, and someone planted a seed, and it's just been growing ever since that moment. So it's kind of crazy, but that's me in a nutshell. I'm just a regular, ordinary girl that got this wonderful opportunity to share a gift, and man, I'm just having so much fun with it.
Absolutely. But that sounds like a coconut shell, Castella, not a peanut shell.
I'm sorry.
and it's interesting because you said someone planted the seed. Who was that someone, Castella?
You know, his name is Daryl Swan, who is a record producer. And the day I met him, I was doing a session, just doing some backup singing with a friend, and just in um, studio chatter, we got to know one another. And he said, "Have you ever thought about doing an EP, a three song EP?" And I'm like, "Me? No, I never thought about that." And he said, "Yeah, it just seems like the natural progression for a passionate singer like you." And like, "Oh, okay." And so, he said, "I'll talk to you offline." And, after, because you're paying for studio time. So my friend is probably like, "Can you guys stop all that talking?" I'm paying for this. But in any case, we talked, and he just made it seem so simple. You just write some songs, sing them, take a picture, and there you go. And I'm like, really? A whole lot more to it. But, he made it seem so simple and just so something that I needed to do. So and so we did it. He asked me if I wrote lyrics and melodies, and of course I didn't think I did, but I didn't tell him no. I said, "I don't know. I'm not sure if I do." And actually I do. And so that was the person who planted the seed, Daryl Swan. He's a record.
Daryl Swan. Well, Daryl, you planted. You did a planting there. You watered it really well. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And looking at your bio, it looked as if things really sort of birthed in 2019. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Because
2018, 19, I started, I met Daryl in 2018 is when we recorded the songs that we did with my friend Gabriel Crenshaw, who really has been by my side too. So we went into studio and did that. So I kind of started kind of writing in 2018, and I did my first recording in January of 2019, which was "No Ordinary Love" is the first song I recorded. So yeah, late 2018, beginning of 19 is when things started to, happen.
And that's just literally around the corner, and to see where you've come from in that short space of time, and the leveraging that you're getting around your music. I mean, you're all over the place, Castella, which is fantastic.
Wow.
Short space of time. And when I was looking at your bio as well, because there was this transitioning in that time as well, where your job came to an end, if I remember correctly, as an executive. And then you transitioned into your musical career, and then all of a sudden it seems it's taken off, especially throughout the pandemic. All the things you were part of last year.
Yeah. Last year was amazing. It was of course, the pandemic is terrible because we're not all the way through it yet. I've lost friends, people that are dear to me, and but all in at the same time, all this wonderful stuff has been happening to me. In fact, the two friends, I've lost more than two, but the two friends I'm thinking about at the moment were two people that were really supportive of me in the music. One friend I lost during pandemic, and kind of was the catalyst to me meeting the person who helped me to meet my radio promoter, and another friend was just everything that I posted, he would say, congratulations. And, I had finished my video and I put out a little snippet of it. And he's like, "When are you going to do the rest of it?" I'm like, "Just hold tight. I'm going to put it out. And he actually passed before he was able to see the whole video. But he was, and, I was like, oh, it's just, but he was just even supportive in being, not well, he was supportive. But in any case, yes, the pandemic has been, has been interesting in that I think it slowed the world down enough to where it saw someone like me. I don't think if things were normal, I don't think people would have paid me any attention. But everybody had to kind of stop, and other things kind of popped up. That was one of them. They kind of popped up out of nowhere.
All over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, the list of I would say sort of live shows or things that you were part of on the virtual scene. It reads like a list of the who's who.
Yeah, I have interviewed. When I looked at it, when I put that together, I'm like, wow, I did a lot of interviews. I've been on a lot of shows and talked to a lot of people, and I love every minute of it. It's been really fun. It's been a lot of fun.
And it's interesting because as you speak of the pandemic, the pandemic, I say, has been this this situation that's happened. And on one side, people have thrived and started businesses and found themselves and grown and discovered. And then on the other side, there's been a lot of pain and loss. And then you bring all of that together, and it's almost as if people are all saying, we've got to hold each other up. We've got to hold this space for everything that's happening, because I've been blessed to create music, or I've been blessed to do this, and so I can bring this to, speak into the lives of and the experiences of not just this side, but all of us. Because even though you're creating this, you're still going through your own evolution, change, unsettlement, discomfort, everything.
Oh yeah.
So in terms of yourself as well, losing so many people and then this happening to you, what does that feel like when you bring it all together, if I may ask?
It's sometimes I feel, you not remorse or a little guilt behind, like, wow, I'm continuing to be able to live my life, whereas some people are, have been really sick. I mean, some people, I even lost my uncle during this pandemic. And it's, you just have to kind of, keep carrying on. I mean, and that's the one thing too, I think about, is that I think the people that I have lost, and my uncle included, they wouldn't want me to just, plop down somewhere and be sad. They'd want me to keep going, use that gift girl and just keep going. And, you have your moments. I mean, I have my moments of like, this is just awful. We're stuck here in the house, whatever the case may be. But it's, you've grown with your family. You've gotten closer to your family and appreciate home a little more. Some people will probably say just the opposite. They want to get out of the house, but it's I guess it's one of those things you say it's a blessing and a curse at the same time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play one of your tracks now. But before I do that, name an artist, Castella, who, and I know there's so many amazing artists out there, but name an artist who you would say influenced you, inspired you. Two or three, actually, because there's so many out there.
An artist who inspired me. Let's see. I would say someone who inspires me is Sarah Vaughan. She's a jazz artist. Of course, everyone knows who she is. But I would say listening to her in my youth, in my younger days, she was one to help me to kind of, explore something different, because I'm a gospel. I sing a lot of gospel. I mean, that's my background. I sang in church. But she was one of those people that I listened to, and I kind of got exposed to jazz, and then I was able to, sing along with her, and singing with her kind of helped me to learn how to sing in falsetto, because I always would just sing so loud and control things. So I would say, yeah, I like Sarah Vaughan is one of my biggest inspirations.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to play your track. Which one I should? Let's go for this one. This is one of my.
Just let me love you. Hey, when can I see you? You gonna come over tonight? Okay, all right. I'll see you then. Bye. can love you, babe. So you can love me, baby. Oh, 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 hey, oh, 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 yeah. Just let me love you. Oh, 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 hey, babe. Oh, oh, just let me love you. Come take my.
Go girl. Come on. Keep it rolling. I can hear you. I can see you.
Bust it. I like that song too.
Yes, I mean it's you know it's there's so much in that song, and it draws you in, and you really want to love somebody. You really want to just share that. You know, I mean, what was the sort of inspiration behind that track, Castella?
You know, as a writer, I take a lot of different things in my life to come up with a song. And so the initial kind of inspiration behind the song was because I wrote it back in 2019. I wrote it, and it was right after my launch party, my release party. And so I had a really nice party, had a lot of nice people with me. And I was like, when can I see all these people again? It was just that feeling of like, oh man, it was a wonderful evening. So there's that, you know, when can I see you? And then of course, you know, the leading man in the video was my husband. And so, you know, I can't hear you that well.
Oh, sorry. I said I was looking at how you were cuddling behind the video. I'm like, it's got to be connected. There's got to be some connection. You know, it's too close to
Yeah, so that's my husband. So that kind of you know, our relationship always kind of inspires, you know, some writing for me. So just my whole relationship always kind of comes into play when I'm writing. So that was the inspiration. Yeah, just love.
That's good inspiration, because you know you're writing about it, you're speaking about it, and you're living it, girl. So you can give us some tips.
Yeah.
And so, what is the latest in terms of your tracks? What is the latest track that you've got out now? Because the next one that I'm going to pull up is it No Ordinary?
No Ordinary Love?
No Ordinary Love, yes.
Okay. Actually, that was the first song I took to radio, actually about a year ago now. But it is, you know, it's funny. I was talking to a friend and they're like, I've never heard that song before. I'm like, you haven't heard that song? So I'm like, I still got lots of work to do if you haven't heard that song. So that was the first song I took to radio, and it made it up to number 24 on the Smooth Jazz Network charts. And it actually, yeah, I posted something about that today. It actually was a song that got me a nomination for Breakout Artist of 2020 with the Smooth Jazz Network. So that was amazing, an amazing honor. And thank you, Alan Kepler, you know, for the honor. It was just, it was great. Yeah, that was how that was my first song that I put out, and blew my mind.
What do you think has been the reason behind your success? Because I call it success. You can't hear me. Sorry. Let's see if I got my volume up. Yeah, the volume is up. So, what do you feel has been the reason behind your success so far?
The reason behind my success, you know, I would think maybe this is just I'm sincere about it. I mean, I didn't go into this with an agenda. I didn't start like, okay, I want to do this and I want to be this, you know, this thing or anything. It was just, you know, I got done with something that was personal, and I'm like, and when we got done, I mean, I literally had no intention on doing any. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. And, you know, Daryl said, so what are you going to do? You know, like, let's put it out. And you know what's funny? When he finished the first song, which was No Ordinary Love, when he mixed it, mastered it, did everything with it, he sent 2 files to me, and he said, So this one is for, just when you email it to people, and this other file, which is a WAV file. He said, now this one is the one you use when it's ready for public consumption. And when he said that to me, I'm thinking, you think this is good enough for, public consumption? Like, you think people want to hear this? And, it was just, that was early on. That was in before I finished the whole project. But I think he, again, I think he saw something in me even then, probably when he first met me. But I think it's just, maybe just something different, somebody new, people hadn't seen before. I mean, and yeah, I just think, but I'm real sincere about it. Definitely had no agenda at all whatsoever. It was just, here, let's see what happens. And once I started, it's like, okay, let's push it. Let's push. Yeah.
Whatever's going to happen, let's take that leap of faith. And, and also be excited, like a child, like a child just thinking, okay, what can I do next? How can I do this different? Maybe, okay, let's go. That's the energy that I get from you, being ready, being playful with the process as well. And then saying, okay, whatever shows up, I'm going to run and try. And that's a real, and that's even in the video that we just watched, you can just see that vibe that, you're just taking it in and you're just enjoying.
Yeah, that was fun. And my son actually shot that video and did the editing and everything. And so that was, a great, exposure for him, he shoots videos. And so he did an amazing job on it. So it was truly a family affair. And the porch is my mother's house.
Wow.
In my mother's front porch, which is where, my husband used to come pick me up and see me when, we were dating. So so it's all connected, one way or another. But yeah, it's been great. It's been a lot of fun. And then also just, I think what's been challenging for me is, I haven't, just the whole notion of, okay, let's sell something, which I'm not selling myself, but just trying to push the records and things. I couldn't even sell my kids candy when they had fundraisers. I would just have to buy the candy because no one would buy it. And so I'm like, well, for people to be, buying into me personally, it's just been like, wow, thank you guys. Thank you so much. It's just been amazing, for lack of a better word. So, yeah.
And what you're talking about your songs in the video, your husband in another man in the video, your mother's porch, and all those reminiscent memories. The thought that was coming to me was, it's a family affair. It's a family affair because it seems to be a family affair, and everybody's just supporting you moving forward. But as you move forward, they're just enjoying the process, and that really is fabulous. And what we're going to do now, we're just going to go for a quick break, and on the other side, I am going to play a track from No Ordinary Love. So, ladies and gentlemen, this evening I'm interviewing Castella, the wonderful Castella.
Turning Point, your lifestyle, your well-being magazine, the summer issue, available July 2021 in collaboration with Street Flair London. The theme of this issue, #Black Royalty. So what does this mean to you? In this issue, we will be exploring a new, refreshing narrative and perspective. This is not a revolution, this is a celebration of self. Time to step into our personal power to enable the collective power. The responsibility lies with us. Great articles, empowered conversations, exclusives, art, culture, health and well-being, and much more. Join the conversation at #Black Royalty. And for further information, visit turningpointmag.com.
Got me dancing in my room, got me feeling kinda loose. Ain't no ordinary love I feel for you. Got me running all around, got me feeling like a clown, kinda feeling like a fool just for you. Ain't nothing I wouldn't do. I wouldn't do. Ain't nothing I wouldn't do for you. Got me wearing my best lipstick. Got me feeling like a lunatic. Ain't no ordinary love I feel for you. Got me pulling you close to me. Ain't no place I'd rather be. Ain't no ordinary love I feel for you. Ain't nothing I wouldn't do. I wouldn't do. Ain't nothing I wouldn't do for you.
Oh. Oh. I mean, you see, I just thank you. It's just like being in this. It's not aspiring to them. It's just you can just feel yourself being drawn into this vortex of niceness. There's nothing I wouldn't do for you, and everything is that. You can feel that you're singing it from your heart and your soul and and also you're in your sassiness and everything with it. And it's just so, and that's what attracted me to you in the first place, to your body of work. And when have you actually performed live with any of these? So I think did lockdown come in soon after you started out on this journey, or have you been able to perform live?
Yeah, actually, I got to sing that song live, which is a cool story. I sang that one live back in January of 2020 at my sorority's centennial event here in California. And that was an opportunity afforded to me by Willie Bradley, who was a national recording artist, which is the person that I reached out to help me. I just reached out to him to see if I could open up for him. And then that's when he kind of helped me to introduced me to my radio promoter, Jason Gorov, and so just a whole lot of stuff. And then he got booked for my sorority's event that I was going to be at anyway. And then I didn't ask, but he asked me, "Do you want to sing?" I'm like, "Yes, I would love to." So he let me sing my song, and it was amazing. I mean, because I had never sang it live with live musicians and stuff, and it's on my website, and it was like, wow, it was great. It was great. And also sang it another time at another event too. So yeah, but yeah, my producer on that one was Corey Stampley, and the producer on Let Me Love You is Jeff Kennedy. So they're two amazing guys. And of course, my producer, Daryl Swan, is also in the mix there to bring everything together and, bring who I am. So yeah. And
I think that being being an executive, and then you're a singer, songwriter, recording artist. Did you ever think that you would be here, Castella?
No, I didn't. I didn't. You always, I grew up, listening to, there was folks like Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston, and who else was out at the time? Mary J. Blige. There's just a whole lot of singers out there, and I sing, but you're like, okay, I sing too, but I just never thought that I would have this opportunity to have my voice heard all over the world, which has just been like, still, it just is amazing. When I look at the maps of where my music has been heard, my mind is just blown. Like, wow, it's crazy. But the short answer, I guess, what peanut answer to that is no. I never would have thought. Never.
And as you said, this pandemic, you never know, all those variables. So where do you see yourself going as a whole, Castella? Where do you want to take this career?
I just, I would love for it to. It's crazy. I'm enjoying. I guess I'm enjoying where I'm at because it's grassroots. It's fun. I actually enjoy the business side of it. Doing everything. Of course, people think I'm crazy because I like doing everything myself. They're like, you need to let other people do stuff. Probably also getting into maybe,
Control freak.
A little bit. But hopefully who knows, maybe I can go mainstream. I have a goal of hopefully making a Billboard chart at some point, getting music on Sirius XM, to where that's more of a good avenue for people. I guess it's a goal for a lot of my colleagues. So I'm like, well, let's set a goal. I guess if you don't set any goals, you don't have anything to really reach for. So, Sirius XM, Billboard charting song would be great. Maybe even a publishing deal with someone would be amazing. And writing for others would be great too. So I also want to get into doing some voiceovers, some different things. So yeah, that's what I'm looking to do. Just take it, and because I've done all the administrative stuff, for many years. And so this is just fun. I mean, this is just a natural, gift that I guess I've had. And it's like, wow, finally getting to use it. And I just didn't even know it was really, really there like that. So, yeah.
When did you first realize that? I mean, before 2019, when this whole new world opened up to you, but before that, you said you sang in church. Was that where you really discovered the gift of voice, the gift of singing?
Yeah, I definitely have. I've sang in church since I was a little girl. Probably, I think my first solo may have been when I was about 7 or so. I still remember it. It's still in here. I know the song. And so ever since then, church has been that place that allowed me to grow. As a singer, I would sing in choir and alto, and I would lead songs here and there. And but that was definitely my foundation. That people would, my mother would always say, people just stop and listen when you sing. They just kind of, nobody's really like getting all, I guess. I mean, it was weird. I mean, people would just sit and look at me, but I think they were just listening. And I think because they really understood what I was saying, and my mother just says, people just really stop and listen to you. And so it's but yeah, church was my foundation, and I still, if it were open, I would still be singing. Yeah, definitely.
And what I like about you also is that you use the experience in everything. Whether it's a pandemic, you your job, your career into, you lost your job, and then you discovered this new career. So it looks like you're constantly evolving, but you're ready for that next step, whatever that next step is, and that's what it feels like to me. And so, in winding down, Castella, is there anything that you would like to share to anyone who listens to this interview? If they're sitting on the fence thinking, I want to, shoulda, woulda, coulda, what would you inspire into their lives?
I would inspire people to know that we only have one of these. We only have one life, and we only get one opportunity to do everything we want to do and everything that, has been put in us. So if there's something that you want to do or you feel you should do it. Do it, because we don't always get that opportunity. I mean, this opportunity that I'm getting to share this platform that I have, it's a blessing and a gift from God. And I could have very well said, I'm not doing an EP. I'm not a singer. That's not my thing. But I took that chance, and a lot of my songs also are weaved about my music. No Ordinary Love is about my music. And that was really about, taking a chance. It's, just talking about, I changed my world around. I don't mind if I feel like a clown, because, it's a crazy thing I did, is taking that leap. So I would tell people to take the leap, take the jump, take the opportunity to pursue your dreams. We only got one life, and tomorrow's not promised to us.
Yes.
So do it. And the gifts that you have are not really for you. They're for someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't share your gift, you're denying someone that opportunity that you may touch someone with what you have. So you gotta put it out there.
Love that. You know, I think a lot of Motown artists, and that is one thing they always say. They are humbled by the gift that God has given them, but
Mhm.
it's almost imparted into them to deliver that gift to people, to their audience, not to keep it. And, you really touched on something key and core there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I was just going to say thank you to Castella. I'm just wishing you all the very best.
Thank
And
you.
I guess they can find you on all the main major platforms. Um,
Yes.
Spotify, are you on Pandora as well?
I don't know. I did select it on with my distributor as as something, but I don't know if I'm on Pandora yet. I have to do a little bit of work to try to get there. But if people keep typing my name in, maybe it'll pop up. I don't know. Definitely haven't figured that one out yet, but I definitely am everywhere else. And you can also get my music on my website at castellamusic.com. And yeah, that's my Grand Central station. So if you go there, you can find everything about me.
Brilliant. But Castella, once again, thank you all the very best. So, ladies and gentlemen, Castella, thank you.
Thank you.
And now, just
Catch On the Sofa with Esther each and every Sunday between 8 and 10 p.m. GMT, where she'll be interviewing the finest artists from the past and present, garnished with quality music. So that's On the Sofa with Esther each and every Sunday between 8 and 10 p.m. GMT, right here on LN Soul Radio, where Neo Soul, R&B and Chat lives.
Get your brand in front of the right audience. In the summer issue of Turning Point, Your Lifestyle, Your Wellbeing magazine, the theme, #Black Royalty. What does this mean to you? We cover health and well-being, fashion, art, spirituality, and exclusives from around the world. Great advertising and sponsorship opportunities are available now. For further information, contact info@turningpointmag.com.
Okay, well, just wishing you all the best. I love this new platform because there's so much you can do. And that was my magazine, Turning Point, Your Lifestyle, Your Wellbeing. It comes out on a quarterly basis. And the theme of this particular one is Black Royalty. But what we're trying to do with this is give a fresh narrative to, as you've shared, just see the moment, seize the moment. And whatever narrative we've been telling ourselves for years, we can put that down and aside and just step into our power, our purpose.
Yeah.
We're trying to come away from sometimes a lot of the narrative that's quite heavy and seem negative. And when we speak words into our life, and that's the purpose of this particular issue, the words that we speak into our lives, because we are kings and we are queens, and we can step into that. And embody that more. And that's just the message for this particular issue. So once again, it's been a real privilege and a real pleasure, and I'm wishing you all the best. And I am going to play out with that, the track that I started off with, and it's called Mojito. Is that right?
Sing. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sitting in this place with a smile on my face, knowing you are in my spirit makes my world dance. Where would I be without you? I can't